All right, cool. So another day at the track here. Agenda for today, I'm gonna do a 10 times 100 meter tempo run workout. So basically, I'm kind of easing back into some of my jump training. I was dealing with some quadriceps tendinopathy and patellofemoral pain. So I took a couple weeks off, went a lot lower with my lower body volume and just a lot of stuff that was going into deep knee flexion. So this will be a day where I can just see where I'm at fitness wise a little bit, but also get some volume back into my legs. Yeah, I've never really filmed myself doing tempo runs before, but it's, there's a reason why. I mean, some people think it's kind of boring to do these kind of workouts, especially if you're more of just a speed or a power, explosive athlete. The last thing you really feel like doing sometimes is some of the slow, boring conditioning stuff. So I guess I mean, I first encountered tempo run workouts when I did track in high school. And looking back to my high school track coach, he set up our training weeks pretty well. So we would never do more than 1 or 2 sprint days in a week for our typical spring season. But in between those hard or maximal effort sprint days, we would always do a tempo run workout. So reps of 100 meters or 200 meters or just 50 yards on a grass field. And we would just try to accumulate, depending on fitness levels, around 2,000 meters or so total, with plenty of rest also, just to emphasize that it's not supposed to be high intensity. It's supposed to be for your aerobic system to develop. This is not a training day where the emphasis is to be explosive, firing all cylinders with your central nervous system. And even in one of my favorite training books is the Charlie Francis training system. He talks about tempo runs being really good for developing capillarization within the muscle, the mechanism of just heating the muscle, getting the motor units warm, helps them to fire more efficiently. So there's some other mechanisms, physiological mechanisms that could benefit, even a speed and power athlete just from doing these kinds of workouts. But yeah, that's what's on the agenda for today. We're gonna do a quick warm up, and then I'll show you what I'm doing.
For my warm-ups, I like to make them pretty consistent. So a common theme I like to do is taking at least 5 minutes for just general moving around and getting the body warm, and then after that I'll go into some more speed-oriented drills. I think doing speed as part of a warm-up has multiple benefits of it. It also just is good to touch on speed as much as you can, even if it's in the lower volume, since it just creates the habit of being able to just do things faster and with high intent, and you really do need that as a speed and power athlete. Doing something more often is just going to help you reinforce good technique. And when I get into this workout, I did my rest periods with about 45 seconds. If you want to make this workout more lactate, you could just bump down the rest periods to, maybe as low as 15 seconds or 20 seconds, but typically going with a work to rest ratio that's 1:3 or 1:2 is good for these types of tempo runs. Especially if you're using these workouts as a in-between day between your high intensity days, it's really important to not fatigue yourself. So to avoid that, do not make this a lactate workout. Make this a workout that is basically quantity over quality, if that makes sense. So just get the high volume in, but take a good amount of rest so that you're not dying after every single rep. When I've coached this kind of workout in a team setting, I've started to notice some habits from different types of athletes. Especially for some different speed and power athletes, they simply just don't know how to be relaxed when they run. So relaxed running needs to have relaxed shoulders, a relaxed neck and chest, so you shouldn't feel any sort of straining when you're doing this kind of run. Especially since these tempo run reps can take anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds, depending on your distance and your fitness level. That's sufficient time to be able to practice good upper body relaxation and good breathing habits.